So, last night I was walking down the hall and got a little hungry. Oh, yeah, you get hungry sometimes. Yeah, yeah. So I decided I'll go to the kitchen and see what I have in there. It's been a while since I looked in my cabinetry. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sometimes, you find stuff in there. So I go in there and I look around. There's some top ramen in the back. And then I see a can of Chef Boyardee raviolis. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I have that all the time when I was giving my son lunches. Yeah, yeah, they're good. They're good kid lunches. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I decide, well, hey, I haven't had one of these for a while, so I think I'll go, cook up some can of raviolis. So I go over to the other cupboard and I grab a pot. Oh, you gotta have a pot if you're gonna make this. You gotta have a pot. Yeah, yeah. So, I pull out the pot and I'm ready to go. I got my oven turned on and then I look inside the pot and I see a little soap mark. Uh-oh. Yeah, a little soap mark in there. I'm like, I can't mix soap with my raviolis, so I go over to the counter and by the sink and I set the pot there and I turn on the water and make sure it's not hot but lukewarm. Yeah, yeah, you don't want to burn yourself. No, don't burn yourself. So yeah, once it gets about a good temperature where I can run my finger, leave it running under there and not burn it off. Oh yeah, that's a good temperature for getting soap spots off. Yeah, yeah. So I clean off the soap spot and get it all done and dry it off with a paper towel. Well, you don't want water in with your raviolis. Yeah, you gotta dry it off. Yeah, yeah. So I go over and I put the pot on the stove and go over and try and get a can opener for the ravioli, but I can't find one. Oh, it's like, when was the last time I ever needed a can opener for raviolis? So, I say, hey, is there any can openers in the house? And just, from the back I hear, in the top right drawer. Oh, well, yeah, you didn't look there. Yeah, I didn't look there. So I go over and, open up the top right drawer, and sure enough, there's a can opener in there. Oh, good, good. Yeah, so then I go over, I open up my can of raviolis, and I spoon it out into the pot, and the pot's already kind of warm, so they get cooking immediately. Oh, that's good. I like when that happens. Yeah. Yeah, so, then I just go ahead and stand there for a couple minutes and say, I don't need to stand here and watch these raviolis cook. I'll just come back in 10 minutes. Oh, well, yeah, no, you got other things to do. Yeah. Yeah. So I go and, walk into the living room. It took me 12 steps. The first step was pretty good. The second step was about the same as the first. And then the third and fourth steps were familiar because they were kind of like the first two. And then, from then on, the next 8 steps or so were just pretty much like they have been, recently. Oh, well, yeah, steps, if you don't stub your toe or something, they're pretty much the same. Yeah, yeah. So I go in the living room and, just check on the Mariners game. It's the top of the 6th, and, they're down like 3-0 or something to New York. Oh, yeah. So I, stand there and watch that for a little while, and nothing really happens. The Mariners don't score. The Yankees don't score. It just kind of, they're playing baseball. Yeah, exciting, yeah. So then I decide, well, I better go check on those raviolis. Yeah. Well, yeah, you don't want them to burn on the stove. Yeah. Yeah. So I walk into the kitchen and, I check on them. They're kind of simmering at this point. They're not boiling. They don't appear to be burnt to the pan. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So I, took the spoon and kind of stirred them around, make sure they were evenly cooked. And, probably gave them about 30, 45 more seconds to cook, you know. And then while I was doing that, I went and got a bowl so that when they were done, I could pour it in there. Whoa, yeah, you gotta have a bowl. See, I would have just eaten it out of the pot. No, you can't eat it out of the pot. That's, what are we, savages? So, you know, we, 45 seconds comes up. It may have been a minute. It may have been an extra 15 seconds or so, but I, you know, grab the pot off the stove, and I turn it off, and then, you know, I walk over to the bowl that I had on the counter, and, you know, those steps were good too. It was only 2 of them, but, you know, they were pretty good. And then I, you know, I poured the raviolis into the bowl, and, you know, I grabbed a spoon. Well, you gotta have a spoon. See, I would have used the fork. No, you can't use a fork. You gotta have a spoon. You gotta be able to soak up, you know, scoop up all those juices. Yeah, you gotta do that. See, I just don't like the juices. That's where the sodium is. Well, you know, I wasn't really worried about sodium. No. So I grabbed the bowl, and I grabbed a paper towel because we're all out of napkins. Which, you know, a paper towel will do the same thing a napkin will. So I grabbed my bowl and my spoon and my paper towel full of, you know, I got a bowl full of raviolis, and I took the next 12 steps back into the living room and just kind of sat on the couch and ate raviolis and watched the Mariners, and they lost. Yeah, they lost, but still pretty exciting little Wednesday night that I had. That sounds exciting. Yeah, it sounds really exciting. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to play a game that we play 4 times a week, and all right.